You're ranking on Google's page 1 for your main keywords. Your traffic looks good, you're doing everything SEO agencies are telling you to do. And you're still losing deals and sales to competitors ranking lower than you. That was the conversation I had with a client 3 months ago. An e-commerce brand, position 4 for their money keyword. Everything looked really well. They got 2,000 clicks just from that one ranking every single month. Conversion rate was fine, but sales were flat, and in the meantime competitors were growing. They just couldn't figure out why. We ran a different kind of audit. We checked everywhere the customers were searching. Google, position 4, strong. YouTube, 0. Not one video was ranking for any keyword in their category. ChatGPT, we asked it to recommend the best top brands in this category. Theirs was nowhere to be found, but competitors were showing. The customers weren't searching only on Google. They were watching YouTube reviews, they were reading opinions on Reddit, they were asking ChatGPT on which brand and which product they actually should be choosing. Customers were comparing options across 4 to 5 different channels before buying. They were just visible on one single channel. On 4 others where their customers spent time and wanted to find a brand and product, they were completely invisible. This is when I noticed the pattern again. Companies everywhere are still optimizing like it was 2019. I've been saying this for years. A couple of years ago I already had like a platform leverage program just for this purpose. But once you put numbers next to what's happening, it becomes really concrete. A few years ago it was really simple. Rank on Google, capture traffic, make a sale. Or if you needed a lead first, you ranked on Google, captured traffic, got your opt-ins and sold them through the email list. But now your customers research everywhere. They Google your category to see what exists. They go to YouTube and search for your brand name to check reviews. They're looking for honest human opinions on Reddit by just typing in your product name. They go to ChatGPT, describe their situation and then ask for the best option. Or they go to TikTok just to watch what's trending in your industry. 5 platforms, 5 algorithms, 5 opportunities to get in front of your customer. 5 different ways to show up or disappear. Everyone's still playing the old game. One platform, only focus on that one, double down, and in the meantime your competitors are eating up the cake on the other platforms. Search didn't die, it just fragmented. Google used to be the only place people searched on. Now it's still the most important, but just one of many. We've got Reddit threads ranking on page 1 of Google with real human opinions about products, brands and services. So if you're not visible on Reddit, you might be losing even if somebody searches on Google. YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine. If you're not ranking with your videos in your category, you've already lost your audience there as well. ChatGPT has 200 million users searching for recommendations. Those recommendations don't come from ads. It pulls from authority, from content, and from reputation. If you're not recognized there, the 200 million people won't ever notice that you exist. TikTok search isn't only where Gen Z finds everything they're looking for. It's also one of the most cited sources in AI overviews in Google again. So if you're not on TikTok, you're not missing out on Gen Z, but you're also missing out on potentially be cited inside Google as well. The customer journey isn't linear anymore. Customers jump from platform to platform for different purposes in order to make sure they make a good decision. They might start on Google but then head over to YouTube, read the opinions on Reddit and actually discuss with ChatGPT if this is a good idea. Or they might never go to Google and just start on TikTok and then afterwards ask ChatGPT about the next steps to take and which brand to choose. If your brand is only visible on one platform, you lose your audience the moment they switch to another one. Back to that e-commerce brand. We ran a 30-day sprint. The goal? Close the biggest visibility gap. For them, the biggest visibility gap was their lack of being on YouTube and Reddit. Competitors dominated both of them. This brand had nothing. We helped them build a YouTube presence, not ads, actual researched content, product reviews, how-tos, and actual use cases. optimized for YouTube search and Google, because YouTube also ranks inside Google search results. We also help them get active on Reddit and answer user questions there on a regular basis. We had them focus specifically on their category subreddits that also rank well. They shared genuine expertise, not spam. They really participated in the community. Within 30 days, they started showing up more often. Some of their YouTube videos started to rank for relevant terms. Suddenly Reddit threads popped up, mentioning their brand on some relevant subreddits. The first subscribers to YouTube started coming in and their videos got more and more views. And also Reddit started driving referral traffic. But here is the interesting part. Their Google traffic stayed flat. In the meantime, their sales went up. On some days, even by 40%. Why? Because now when somebody jumped from platform to platform, they were able to see the same brand consistently connected to this industry and to these use cases. The cross-platform presence created trust, necessary to actually make a sale. Google was the final validation channel, not the discovery channel. Now the knee-jerk reaction is to think you need to dominate every single channel. You don't. You need to show up where your customers actually are searching. Not everywhere, just the channels that matter to your audience. If your customers are in B2B, you probably can skip TikTok altogether. But you need LinkedIn, you need Google, and you need YouTube. If your customers are researching big purchases, you definitely want to be on Google, on YouTube, and on Reddit. Those are the high intent research platforms. If your customers are younger, you definitely want TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube be part of the mix. This is where they discover everything. Look, the mistake isn't focusing on one platform. The mistake is picking the wrong one or expecting that one platform is enough. Here is how to figure out where to show up. Ask your last 10 customers, where did you find out about us? What platforms did you research before buying? You will get a pattern. Maybe 7 out of 10 mention YouTube. Maybe 5 mention Reddit. Maybe 3 mention ChatGPT. Then those are the platforms. Focus on those. Don't guess, ask. We can also help you with a full-featured audience research that shows you exactly which platforms to focus on and in which priority order. Search everywhere optimization isn't about more SEO work. It's about doing SEO in the right places. You probably already created content, blog posts, maybe some social posts as well. That's Google-focused work. But what if you took the same effort but split it across different platforms? Same effort, different distribution. Or think about it this way, you probably track your rankings right now and ranking number 1 feels like winning. But the number 1 ranking doesn't beat being present across the platforms that matter to your audience. Start tracking your visibility across different channels, not just Google. Are you mentioned on Reddit when people ask something about your category? That could be a metric. Do your YouTube videos show up when people search for something in your category on YouTube? That's another metric. Does ChatGPT actually mention your brand? There's a third metric you can track. These aren't vanity metrics. These are directional insights into how visible your brand is across the customer journey. Because it's those platforms that help your customers make decisions. Let me show you what search everywhere optimization looks like for a service business. Let's say you're a business coach. For Google, you would write an optimized article targeting best coach for dentists, for example. On YouTube, you would create different videos about questions that people have before they hire you. Optimize them for YouTube search, not just for views. On LinkedIn, you would post every single week about client reactions, client challenges, and how you help them overcome them. No hype, just results. On Reddit, you would answer questions on the subreddits related to entrepreneurship and business. Give away your best thinking, and when you've been around for a while on this platform, add your website to your bio. For ChatGPT, you will build enough authority and contextual examples on your website and other related websites in order to be part of the training material ChatGPT uses in order to give an answer. It's the same expertise but put to work on 5 different platforms to get you clients. Now when somebody is searching for a business coach, they're going to see you everywhere. Not because you're running ads, but because you're present when they are searching. That's search everywhere optimization. And here is why this matters right now. Many of your competitors are still laser focused on Google rankings. Maybe they're experimenting with another platform, but their main focus is still Google search. And they are definitely not thinking strategically cross-platform. That's your opportunity. In 2 years, everyone will be doing this. Multi-platform presence will be the standard. But right now, it's a competitive advantage. If you are visible across Google, YouTube, Reddit, ChatGPT, and LinkedIn if it applies, you're definitely going to capture the largest part of the market. Not because you're better, but because you're more present. And here is the thing, presence compounds. Google visibility doesn't make you more present on YouTube, but being visible on YouTube is also going to help your visibility on Google. Reddit visibility is also going to help you be visible on Google. Heck, even posts that you answer in Facebook groups might increase your visibility on Google search because Google recently gives a lot of visibility to Facebook group posts. It's not 5 different strategies, it's one ecosystem that ties together. If you are ranking well on Google but sales are flat, this is probably why. You are visible on one platform but your customers are searching on 5. Start simple. Pick one platform your customers research on where you're currently invisible. Not 5, just pick one. If they are on Reddit and you're not, start there. If they research videos on YouTube and you don't have a channel or don't come up in search there, focus on YouTube. One platform, 30 days. Build presence. Then start to measure. Did the visibility on that platform change anything? More traffic? More mentions? More sales? More customers actually inquiring about your services? If yes, add the next platform. If no, maybe you picked the wrong one, try a different one. Search everywhere optimization doesn't mean you need to show up everywhere. You just need to show up where your customers actually look. Google rankings still matter. I'm not saying stop doing traditional SEO because it's actually the foundation of a lot of AI results, for example, out there. And your customers definitely Google at some point of the customer journey. But Google isn't the only place anymore where customers search. And if you're only visible on Google, you're losing deals to competitors who actually are doing their presence work across different channels. Search didn't die, it fragmented. Your visibility strategy needs to match this reality.